find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And this morning it's Coffee Thoughts. It's Monday, so sit back, relax, hydrate, and let's have a great conversation. We hope to be joined by Claudia Newman from Boxables during the course of our conversation. But today I want to introduce my co-host first, Ms. Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. She's doing all that techie stuff back there. And as you can see, we are streaming from StreamYard today. So, excuse me, so we got a couple of new things going on because, you know, we always like to keep up with what's going on social media. I'm Terralina from California Cover-Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. Welcome to the conversation. We look forward to hearing from you in the chat. And for those of you watching on the replay, we just want to say thank you for tuning in and for watching. You can leave your comments in there and we'll get back to you. Have a great day while you're watching us if you're playing on the replay. Now, Fran, how you doing this morning?
I am well, and we've got Alfredo and Nora over in the chat. Yes, Alfredo, we are using StreamYard today. Wanted to see how this works for us. The setup was easy. It was really Nora, you did it too. Okay, this was real good. The whole
for us on.
This was good, and so I'm still running it over on YouTube from our eCam account. So Alfredo, if you don't mind, you can take a look on YouTube and see how we're looking. And Terry?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm hearing voices.
That's not me.
Oh, okay, let me see what this is. This might be Zoom. Let me do that. Okay, because that might be the Zoom window I'm hearing in the background. We will bring Claudia's audio in. If we can't do her visually, we will hear from her. So, new platform. Just wanted to see how this works. So, this is going to be interesting. So, anyway, go ahead, Terry. I'm listening.
I wanted to thank Nora and Alfredo for signing up so that we could see their comments, because you had to give StreamYard permission. I saw your text. I said, okay, let me go over here and make sure. I give them permission so my comments can be seen.
Oh, wait, they're trying to protect, I don't think it's trying to protect your privacy, but at least they're getting permission to post your comments over on.
And your picture.
Correct. So, anywho, this is a interesting dynamic here. The whole thing. I love the clarity of the video. Love the just how it looks, and it's very, very, very easy to use. I think we've gone through a lot. I don't care to go down the long list of all the places we've been, but this by far is the most easy to navigate. We can put banners up and do some things. Matter of fact, I might put one up. I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, so anyway, this is Coffee Thoughts, and while our guest is getting prepared and she's in the green room or working out some technical things.
We talked this morning about receiving customers.
Yeah, we did. We talked about receiving, I guess I should spell that correctly, huh? We talked about I'm going to say it this way, let the game come to you instead of you instead of you beating and pounding and getting all worked out and tired and stuff, trying to chase the dollar, trying to chase the client. Okay, wait, I need to be on social media. Wait, I need to be over here. You're all tired, can't perform and serve well because you've been doing the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that in the heavy lifting, I'm going to go over my little notes from this morning. Relax. It depends on your system. Relax. Because you put a system in place, right? So with that system in place, if you just relax, take a deep breath, it's all going to be okay because you have a system. Now, if you don't have a system, I don't know if you're going to be able to relax. That's going to have to, that's something that you're going to have to, you know what I mean? You're going to have to work on some stuff if you don't have a system in place. So get your system in place. Let the clients come to you. And to do that, you need to prepare. Get everything ready to go. It's like you're inviting people over for dinner. So cook the food, season it well, get it all done. Know what you're doing. Everybody, you know what you do for your work, but getting it packaged and presented and where it's offer ready, where, ooh, I'd like to get a piece of that pie. There's certain things that you do that will entice somebody. So make your product enticing. Okay? Set the table. Be presentable. Get it all ready to go. And package it well. Present it well. Be organized. Be ready. When we're talking about be ready, also, we were talking. No, Terry, we're good. When we talked about being ready, a lot of times people are not ready with their payment processing.
That is really a problem, because when you're ready to buy something, you're in the moment. And a lot of times those purchases are emotional purchases. Thank you, Al. Those purchases are emotional purchases. So, if you're not prepared to take their money, you're probably not going to see that sale again. Because now they've had time to think it over, they got other priorities, and they decided, that was a want, not a need, and the next thing you know, the sale is over. The moment has passed. It's like dating. The moment has passed. I wanted to dance to that record, not the next one.
Right.
So having your processes in place is critical. And I don't know how many of our clients we've talked to, and we've asked, are you prepared to make a payment? What if I wanted to buy that right now? Also, do you have an alternative payment? Because, some people don't like payment systems. I'm not particular about PayPal. They want me to sign up for stuff. And I just want to buy what I want to buy. I want you to swipe my card and loose me and let me go. So you need to make sure that your customers, I'm hearing an echo, are okay with your payment process. And also test your payment process and make sure they're working. Sometimes your apps need to be updated. If you're going to an event, don't presume that your processor is working. Correct. Go in there and test it. Put a card in, see if it spins. If it doesn't spin, and troubleshoot anything that needs to be addressed. How you doing this morning, Lakeisha? Thank you for joining. We're talking about payment processes. So, guys, what payment process do you use? I use Square to process payments from customers. What are you using? I'd be interested to know. If you could put that in the chat, we would appreciate it.
So, but part of the conversation, and then our guest is ready. So stand by. So, Claudia, just hold tight. I'll be right with you. So here's the thing. So to recap, we're talking about relaxing and depending on the system, letting the clients come to you because you are prepared, you've set everything in place, you are organized, you are ready. You ready meaning you can take a payment, and and then with the brand DNA, do your customers, the right audience, know what you do?
Okay. That's a good question.
Correct.
Are you focused? Have you figured out who your real customer is? Because everybody is not your customer.
No.
Just like we have Lakeisha in here. And Lakeisha does Mary Kay. I don't know how many Mary Kay ladies have told me that your customer is everybody with skin. It's not, and Lakeisha knows that. Lakeisha is focused on her particular focus group. She says she uses. See, I like Lakeisha. Lakeisha's got multiple ways for people to pay her. I asked you to put in here, if you had a chance, what payment systems you're using, and Lakeisha says she's using PayPal, ProPay, and Square. I'm not familiar with ProPay. She says she uses Messenger. So whatever is convenient for your customer and makes them feel comfortable. Because when you're processing stuff through the internet, everybody's not comfortable with certain processors and procedures. Do I have to give my life history to buy a scarf? I don't know. To buy a lipstick. So you want to make sure that you have different choices. I like that. Different choices for your customer as far as, how to receive their money. Oh, yeah, she does Apple Pay too. Makes sense.
Right.
I like it.
So once you've discovered who the right people are, who's the right fit for your product or your service, then you need to be service first.
Oh my God.
Make the person feel like they are appreciated, that you want to do business with them. Serve them first before you start getting all googly over the money.
Yeah. And serve the person in front of you. Don't be so anxious that to get to the next customer because you're all about the money, that you're not actually interacting with the person in front of you. And I was relating this morning on the call to the fact that I was in a book line because the guy had given the book. I purchased the book. I wanted him to sign it, so I was in line for him to sign my book. But I also was interested in his other products. He had a whole table full of books. And I wanted to ask him a couple of questions about what he would recommend for the subject that I was interested in. But he was so busy talking to the next lady because he felt that she was going to spend money that he ignored me. He didn't even make eye contact with me while he signed my book. Do you think I went and bought more books from his table? No, I turned left and bought books from a different author because I had a budget too. So don't presume that your customer is not there to spend money. Just, what I'm saying? Don't think that you can tell who's got money and who doesn't. You have no idea. You have no idea what influence they have on people who would potentially buy your product. And if they say, girl, I went over there and she didn't even look at me. She was so busy talking to the next person, she just basically threw my stuff in a bag and handed it to me. That is not a good look, people. Good look when you're doing customer service. Have you ever experienced something like that, guys? Where the person was trying to present a product to you, but then they really weren't interested in you. They were interested in the money.
Yeah, and you can tell when somebody's not interested in you. You can feel it. Mm-hmm. It's in the air.
Yeah. There's no eye contact. You know what I'm saying? They're ahead of themselves. And they invariably forget something. Oh, I forgot to give you your receipt. Oh, I forgot to add the tax. Oh, I forgot because they're so far ahead of themselves because of concentrating on the cash, making that sale and getting to the next sale, that they're not giving you the customer service that you deserve, which would result in multiple sales because you'll be a return customer if you had a good experience.
Correct. So be service first, and then listen closely to your customers. They'll tell you what they want. They'll also tell you what they don't want, even though they may not articulate it. If they didn't buy it, they probably didn't want it. So they're going to tell you what it is that they want and what they don't want. And then when's the last time you called them? When's the last time you had a conversation? It's Christmas. So from all the people that I know that are biz chicks, I should be getting a call, a text, a card, a something, because it's Christmas. Doesn't have to happen, even if it's the day after Christmas or whatever. Something should be going out to your entire audience, because the success is in the relationship that you have.
Yes. Now, we got some comments over here. Alfredo says he signed out of Facebook to avoid using the having issues link in the StreamYard dashboard for a while. Okay,
no problem. But we are, Alfredo, we are over on YouTube as well. So it's probably going to be a little.
His comments. I can still see his comments.
Yes, but I'm just saying the picture on YouTube may be a little interesting because I'm not monitoring that right now. So Alfredo, you can take a look and tell us what's happening. Okay, so our guest is here and she's ready to go. I'm going to be bringing her in now.
Okay.
And so Terry, you have all the questions today because I'm not there. I'm kind of playing with stuff. Okay. So please join me in welcoming our guest today, Claudia J. Newman. She is from Boxables, and you'll have to read all about that in the chat because I'm just going to put it up here.
He does catering for people who have different health issues, and or what would you say?
Well, she does healthy catering.
Yes.
Yeah, so all of her stuff is kind of healthy. So I'm trying to make sure that she is.
Okay, well, we can see you on the screen now, friend.
Okay, I can see. Okay, Claudia's. Okay, I'm just doing something else now. Claudia, I think your device. Yay! Woohoo! Don't have to use Zoom anymore. Her husband came to the rescue. I'm closing the Zoom window. Woohoo!
And let's make sure they can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you.
Yay!
Okay, the IT dude's in the house.
Woohoo! We got a hero.
That is excellent. So glad you were able to get in there. And let me do this. Let's see if I can make this happen.
There we go.
Yes. So just want to say welcome, Claudia. And I've got blowers, so if you can't hear me that well, let me know.
We're good. You're good.
Okay, good. Garbage can and blowers. Garbage men and blowers today.
Isn't it?
All I need to do is add the dog. I'm good. Okay. So, Claudia, you made it. Woohoo! She was stressing, boy. She was sweating. But I'm glad you're here and glad you made it. And let's get on with the interview. You're with Boxables, a healthy catering service. So I believe the first question up is tell us who you are, what you do.
What you do.
My name is Claudia J. Newman. And I started Boxables about 3 years ago. This was on a whim. I had quit my job, my corporate job, and I was kind of in limbo. And I'm sure you know Shea and also Lakeisha. Well, Lakeisha actually had made a mention to Shea to say, you know, Claudia did an event before, and we had some food there, and it was good, and maybe she can help us with the conference she was working on. And so she called me, and of course, at first I was like, you know, I'm really not a caterer. Like, I'm an admin, a housewife. I really don't know anything about it. And she's like, well, that's not what I asked you. You thought that you could probably do it. And so I usually, to things, not that I'm a people pleaser, but I usually say yes to things, and then I figure it out later. So that's what I did. She booked me. The event came out perfect. It was wonderful. She appreciated it, and it gave me the confidence to keep going. So then in the stream of things, people were letting me know that they were interested in healthy food. And that's all I ever knew anyway, because of the simple fact that I have a nursing background as well, and you know, me myself, I just try to be healthy and eat healthy, and I'm always encouraging others to be on that same level. In our community, we have a big precedence of diabetes and heart disease and all kinds of things, cancers, and in order to defeat that, diet is very important. So that's kind of where I left off. I now have 10 regular clients that I cook for, and every week it's always something different. I'm not like the typical meal prep company or catering company. I go to the market, shop for food, and I devise a menu for each of my clients on the shopping that I do for that specific week. So everything's different all the time, unless they have a special request. And the most of what people request is my famous chicken salad.
Oh, I might have to.
I have had your chicken salad, and it's delicious, Claudia.
Yeah, we are chicken salad fans, so we might have to order some.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So that's how you got started, correct?
Yes, that's how I got started.
Okay, so what was your biggest challenge you faced getting started, Claudia?
My biggest challenge was actually, to be very transparent, was the lack of confidence. I had worked in admin for 20 years. Prior to that, I worked in nursing for, another 10 years. And I just kind of kept saying, I don't really know what to do. I don't really have a direction. And my friends and colleagues and everyone in the entrepreneurial world were like, you know what, we don't set ourselves up to have, quote unquote, this lack of confidence. So put your big girl panties on and get it done.
So I take it that you love to cook. Does cooking make you smile?
Weirdly enough, no. It's very hard work. What makes me smile is when, and believe me, I'm watching. When I go to events or when I meal prep and I deliver meals for someone, I kind of have expectations of, tell me how you like it. If it was good, if it was bad. When I'm at a conference and people are, consuming the food, I go around to the tables and I look at their faces. And so I get my chi from seeing how happy they are eating the food and saying it's delicious and it's filling their tummies, and they don't feel bad about eating it because it's healthy food. So that's where my encouragement comes from. Not necessarily cooking, because cooking is very hard. It doesn't stop at just preparing a meal. You have to clean up afterwards too. And my husband, even though he did leave already, he can attest that sometimes my kitchen looks like Mrs. Doubtfire, but
Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you were able to pass on a tip to our viewers, because our viewers are, what is the biggest tip that you would give them?
A tip for, can you repeat that question?
Okay, our audience are entrepreneurs. So my question to you is, what's your biggest tip that you would pass on to our viewers?
I would definitely say don't give up. Use your resources. And if you feel like you're getting a door closed, it's so cliche, but really, if you are where you're supposed to be, the doors will open, maybe not in your time, but they'll open. You might not have the key at that moment, but the key will be given to you. So don't give up. There's so many times that like I said, my friends, my husband could probably attest to this, that I sat on the edge of my bed and cried like, who am I really helping? What can I do for anybody? Is this really beneficial? However, as I progress, I'm like, you know what? It is beneficial. I am helping people. People do enjoy the food. People do feel good when they're eating food that is healthy for them. And then the plus side of that, the healthy food tastes good. All food, and there's a motto in, most of my brochures that say, healthy food doesn't have to taste like cardboard. Healthy food can be flavorful, delicious, and good for you. And so, that would be my thing, is just don't give up. Keep pushing at it. Because even if you're not where you're supposed to be right now, you'll definitely be where you need to be in the time that it's necessary.
All right,
I like healthy food that does not taste like cardboard. Thank you. Because before, seriously, healthy food was not good. And if somebody can make it taste good, I'm in. I'm all in. And I'm saying it here on the air. I'd like to try out your service for preparing, because I was going to call Blue Apron or somebody else like that. And I'm like, oh, wait, we got somebody right here in our community that I can call. I can call Boxables and get my food prepped and delivered. If I'm not mistaken, right? I can get it prepped and dropped off.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Okay. And I don't have to worry about dinner, because I'm looking forward to eating healthier. And if I have it on hand, then I'm not cruising by the store picking up stuff that I don't need.
Oh, like that ice cream I have in the refrigerator? Okay.
Whatever it may be.
Bad ice cream. You can make good, healthy ice cream as well.
Yes, but I don't think this is the healthy kind, Claudia.
I know Terry's freezer, and it is not.
Unfortunately.
I'm going to have to give you a sample of some dairy-free ice cream that can even help with inflammation by the ingredients that you put in it.
Oh, see, now we are talking to you immediately, okay? I don't know how many people suffer from inflammation, and inflammation is what causes arthritis. People, you need to talk to Boxables. Okay.
And most of what we're talking about here is do food first. Don't go pills first, go food first. Because a lot of the ailments and things people are experiencing, including cancers, are because they're eating the wrong foods.
Absolutely.
So go food first for fixing it. Fix it with food first.
So okay. Claudia, tell us, what is your favorite charity or cause? Do you have
favorite? Oh my gosh, it's like that's the other part of me, and that I find myself getting more involved in, and that is helping my community. But I really enjoy like talking and dealing with women who have young kids who seem like maybe life is hard and seemingly endless and disastrous because, I think I feel them. I was a single parent a while ago, a long while ago. But I do remember feeling of angst, trying to raise my child. And when I see women that they have young children and they're doing just that. They're trying to find healthy meals to feed their children, but they're trying to find them on the go. And guess what? The easiest thing is just to go to McDonald's or go to some of the fast food restaurants. And so I really resonate with them. And, I try to help them. I am working on right now because I felt like I was getting really big. Like I have plenty of clients. I mean, I'm a one-man band at this point right now. And it just started becoming overwhelming, feeding everyone. But I thought, and my client actually gave me this idea, I can teach everyone to be able to make meals quickly, and then save the meal prepping for the people who really will say, you know what, I just don't want to cook, or I can't cook. Or, no, I just don't want to. But there are women out there that don't necessarily have the money to afford me as far as a weekly ritual. But they can come to a workshop and pay that one-time fee and learn something at each and every given workshop, which is what I set out to do for 2019. So those people are my audience right now, and I do resonate with them, and I feel for them, and my heart goes out to them because it is very hard being a mom.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. I think we all need help when we were parenting small children. And you're right, it is easier to just go through the drive-through, but it's also more expensive and it cuts into the budget. So then something else ends up suffering as well as our health. So I'm going to ask you this. What was your best day ever?
Oh, best ever. Oh man. I honestly can say that I have, every day is a good day. I mean, that sounds like, really every day is a good day. Even the days that come out seemingly bad, it ends up being good because I feel like I've progressed to be able to figure out, like, for instance, there was one time, I felt like I didn't have enough food. Like the people, literally, I got there, I gave them the food that they ordered and for the number of people, but, it just happened to be an us event, and sometimes we don't RSVP, maybe. And so I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Well, I had to reach out to a colleague, and I'm like, what can you do like in yesterday? And so that colleague came through. I threw one more dish out there, and that's really all I needed. And it worked. And don't get me wrong, and I'm always a transparent person, but that was after probably a complete meltdown because, of course, I don't want to have a bad reputation. I don't want to disappoint my client. So, but it was a learning experience to know, and gave me even more confidence to say, you know what? Anything can be thrown at you. Iceman can throw some ice crystals at you, and you will figure it out. And I'm sure that people that know me well, I think that's what they'll say about me most is, Claudia can fix any solution in minutes. Maybe that's the admin coming out at me because there are plenty of times, I worked in, white man corporate America. So, it wasn't necessarily that I had time to think about a solution. It's like, okay, here's the problem. I need to do this like now. Like yesterday was too late. And so with that, it's been good. And I've learned, and so yes, every day is good. When I see those smiles on the faces, knowing in the background what possibly could have went wrong, and they do not know that it even went wrong, that's what makes me happy. Like they didn't even know this happened. Oh, I didn't even know. Sometimes my closest friends that are also my clients, I tell them, I'm like, well, this happened, Claudia. I didn't even recognize that. That's an awesome day.
So what I hear you saying is every day is a good day.
Every day is a good day.
Every day is a good day. Okay, Steve Harvey.
Every day is a good day.
Every day is a good day.
Excited to be favored.
And you know favor ain't fair. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So I'm going to ask you this too. Now that we know that your best day ever is every day, can you tell us the one thing in your purse that you just cannot do without?
The one thing in my purse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the one thing in my purse? I feel like I always have receipts in my purse.
Have what in your purse?
I always have receipts in my purse because I'm always in the mode to write it off. You got a client, write it off. But you can't always write it off if you don't have the receipts with you, right?
See, now I can tell that you're an admin person. I don't know where the heck the receipts are. I would just be serious. You know, if I don't swipe my card and it comes up on the bank statement, I've got a problem. Okay. So I tend to use my card so they can track the receipts for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, see, you are organized. Okay, guys, you want your chef to be organized. We don't want any cross-pollination and student stuff going on. You need somebody like Claudia who is extremely organized down to the receipts. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. So tell me this, Claudia, where can we find you online? If someone wants to sign up for your services, how do they contact you? And guys, because I'm on 2 different devices, I would appreciate it if you guys would put this in the chat for me.
I got it.
Okay.
So I have a website. It's www.boxables.com.
Sorry.
She's typing.
No, I typed it, but I need to retype it and correct it because I didn't know it was 3.
3 X's, yes.
Yes. Okay, continue.
But I am very personal with my business because I am a one-man band right now. So I just tell people, give me a call. I do that for a couple reasons, because sometimes what happens is people may try to book an event fairly last minute, and for a caterer, an event last minute is a week.
Bueno.
I mean, I've been able to accomplish that, but a week's notice is actually too late.
Okay, so guys, if you're putting together your calendar for 2019, you might want to consider contacting Claudia so that she can also plan her calendar.
Right.
I mean, let's be considerate, folks. Okay.
And go over to, be sure to visit her Facebook page because you can see some of the work that she's done. It's gorgeous. The layouts I was like, I would come to that. I would definitely do that. And I'm thinking about our next a client appreciation event.
Yes.
And where you can have her come and she can bring hors d'oeuvres or something to your event and make it a wonderful experience for your clients to say thank you for birthdays and all type of things. All of you out there who are event planners, she should be in your Rolodex, on your data sheet, whatever, so that you can have somebody that does a very polished and beautiful event. If you want your event to come out that way, then you need to call her.
Because guys, presentation is everything.
Oh my gosh.
And health is important. So if you can get both, that's a blessing.
Wow.
Right.
I'm so honored that you looked at some of my work and have given me those accolades. That definitely, it's a long time coming, learning the different stages and steps of all the things that I do now. I can appreciate those stages and steps, and I can also appreciate my clients who push me to that next level. They might ask for something I've never done, but again, I really don't have, even though no is a full sentence, for the most part, I try not to have that in my vocabulary. I try to work with people, and their budgets. I'm like, yeah, you might not be able to have, a spread that would consist of, you living on a yacht. However, I can work with it so that it's still elegant, it's still pretty, and people still will be impressed. I can pull that out of my bag. Why? Because, again, I was a single parent before on a limited budget. Even now, doing this, starting up a business, it's not the easiest thing in the world. And you're not going to be rich right away. So I understand that as well. And so I'm able to work with people.
And just because I'm saying this up front, because she won't, just because she's willing to work with you, don't mean you try and go in for the discount. Sorry. Do not do that.
That's why I'm going with this, Francine.
Biz chicks, we don't go for the discount. You pay people what they ask. You give them, now you can work out the terms, but pay the people for the genius that they bring. You're not going to get what she's doing. You're not going to be able to do that on your own. So just put it in the budget to pay for the service.
I already told you she works hard, okay? And you deserve to be paid. A workman is worthy of his hire.
Right.
So don't go in there with the mindset, people, that, I can feed 200 people for $25. Stop it.
Yeah, no.
Stop it right there. Okay? This is not Vacation Bible School. Okay?
And we don't want to have that, because the way you interact is the way it's coming back to you. Would you want someone to do that on the other end for you? No. So let's compensate the way it should be done. Just saying. She's going to go over and above for you. Every biz chick that we know are service first, and they're going to do more than what you asked for. They're going to go over the top for you. So pay what it's worth. Don't be looking like, I can get a discount over here. Can I get one rib? Y'all know what movie I'm talking about. No, you're not getting one rib.
Just so that everyone knows, yes, I do my best, and I am able to work with budgets, but yes, I do know how to use the word no, or
okay, good.
Or maybe, maybe I'm not the best fit for you. Costco.
Yes, I like that. Tact. Very tactful. I love it.
Diplomacy, girl. Diplomacy. I love it. Well, Claudia, it was just really, really a blessing talking with you. I'm so glad that your husband was able to fix the technical stuff there on your end.
No, he's a blessing. I'm going to hear it tonight, though, just so that, like I said, I'm transparent. I'm going to hear it tonight. Yesterday, I just can't believe you.
Well, okay, and here's, I don't like getting in the mix of something. Get a Chromebook. Tell him to buy you a Chromebook for your birthday. You won't ever have to have it again.
Yes. And Christmas is coming, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Get the Chromebook.
Christmas.
That's going to solve up.
Mother's Day comes, and yes, my birthday is in July, so even if some of those days passed, he's got plenty of time. You're right.
No, Chromebooks.
Those classes, you could stream them.
Because if you get the Chromebook, you can use it. There's different business purposes, and we will help you with how you can use it to the benefit of your business. You won't have to worry about the networking system that you have going on right now. You won't have to even bother with it. You would have your own business communication device.
See, when you concentrate so much on food, you sometimes forget the minuscule details of things like this. No, I don't forget my receipts, but there are sometimes when it comes to the technicality of things, that I do tend to be like, oh, I'll do that later. And
these are business. Yeah, these are business essentials. The essentials need to happen. Like, I bet you have every essential thing that you need for the kitchen. You need to have the same essentials to run your business. And one of them is having a good computer for you. That is not the kids. That's not the family computer. Nobody else puts their hands on it but you. And that is a given. Now, I would prefer you get a Mac, but that's a graduation thing. Start with the Chromebook because you won't be having the issues that occur when you have a regular PC. And like Alfredo said, Chromebook is nice. It really is. And it's really easy to use, and you can use all of your Google everything on it. Your email, you got a nice web browser, Chrome. I suggest everybody use Chrome as a web browser. And you can run your calendar. You can run even a Google Voice. You need something to handle the technical part of your business. Sheets. And what else is the thing called? Sheets and where your Express, so you like doing numbers, so the Excel spreadsheets, it's called Sheets, and you can run that on Chrome, and you don't have to pay for any additional software. It's already there.
Oh yeah, I'm a pay freak because after having my corporate job, where unfortunately they ran their accounting information through an Excel spreadsheet that was 20 sheets long. I just said, that's one of the first things I'm going to invest in is in invoicing structure. And I love QuickBooks. I use it for everything, and my clients have said that it's pretty impressive, like the things that I can do with it, and that I've been able to learn. So as far as the other, I'm not talking about the free version, because Google has the paid business suite. The paid business suite for like anything that you need. But since you already have your QuickBooks, that's fine. You can run your QuickBooks too. You should be able to run your QuickBooks through it. I'm just saying, whatever tools you do use the tools and make sure they work for you. Everybody listening, get your toolbox together and make sure the tools that they work for you and that you use them, because a lot of times we're not getting stuff done because we don't have the proper tools in place. Be that a computer, and one of the businesses essential is a good phone and a computer. Seriously. I don't know how people do business without a good phone or a computer. I don't either. I mean, I really do a lot of things from my phone. I mean, I send invoices through my phone. I send questionnaires through my phone. And again, I communicate primarily with my phone because I like that one-on-one attention. So I agree. And I am also very fortunate to have you ladies in my life because I need you.
Likewise.
Those things that I'm lacking, and this is the part of the community as well, you have to set yourself up in a community because what you don't have, someone else definitely has.
Exactly.
Okay, see, here's the thing. And while you said that, nobody can do business alone. You can't. There's just no way. You need a customer. You need somebody else that does, you need a vendor or a supplier for something else. Business always involves other people. And Alfredo has landline or smartphone. I would go with the smartphone, Alfredo, just because you can keep the phone with you, and I'm sure you can forward the landline to your smartphone. But is that really the best way? A landline, do you really absolutely have to have it?
Yeah, do people really use a landline anymore?
Yeah, we haven't had a landline since the 1998.
Yeah, because
and you can get a Google number if you don't want people calling your regular family line. You can get a separate Google number or whatever.
Okay. And now, with the new iPhone, right, you can have 2 SIM cards and have 2 different numbers on one phone.
Oh, that's good to know. I don't have
the new iPhone, the 10s or the 10s Max, you get 2. You get a place for 2 SIM cards. Now you can have 2 separate phone numbers, or you can get a Google Voice number. So really, there's no excuse. You can keep your business and personal separate, and still get work done.
Do you know?
Pardon me?
For some of those Android users out there, does Android have that function also? Do you know?
I would use Google Voice.
Oh, okay.
I would just get a Google Voice number.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I also selfishly answer that question because, of course, my IT husband, we'll go back and forth about Apple products, and IT guys don't like Apple products, but it does definitely work for me. And when he struggles with trying to help me, again, that can be a deterrent, but as I said before, don't let it stop you.
Right.
Going out there, seeking resources like Caroline and Francine, and because they're here for you. We are all out to help each other.
Right.
And we want you to succeed. We really do.
Yeah, because, if you don't succeed, we're not doing our job. Well, we haven't given you, we want to make sure we're giving you the tools for you to succeed, so there is no excuse for you not to make it.
The real issue is not just having the tool in the garage, but knowing how to use it.
Oh, yeah, it's all pretty on the wall, but it's all on the wall, but they just like, ooh, that's a drill, and okay, pull it down, let's use it. And Alfredo is an IT person as well, and he's learning to simplify his offerings for his people, and the technology has become so simple as is presented here today on StreamYard. I was like, what? I don't have to do all of that flipping and switching and stuff I used to do.
And Alfredo says his mother doesn't use the landline anymore. Okay, Al, it's time to move on. Mom has given it up.
Wow. The oldies, if they give stuff like that up, then it's time to
move on. Yes.
Yeah, because my mom doesn't use her. She had her number. We've had it since the 70s, and all we did was port it to her cell phone. So she still has her same phone number. It's just on her cell phone, and so she's walking the dog. Huh?
You say from 70s?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
she had the same number from the 70s. We've had the same number forever. She's only had one phone number, and we were able to keep it and port it over to her cell phone. But if you don't know to ask that, you need to ask that, because they won't tell you just because.
Wow. That's good to know as well. I mean, there's so many tidbits of information. Whether is that cliche to say the only question that's a dumb question is the one not asked.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's not cliche. That is actually profound, because a lot of time you have not because you ask not. You didn't ask, and so you didn't get the information that you needed, and so you're suffering.
Yes. I know a lot of people may have the fear from asking questions, from maybe feeling like, well, if I ask this question, they might think that, I'm, inferior to. You can't really worry about that. You have to just keep progressing on. I say that because I've had colleagues that, have mentioned that, and I tend to try to be really open, even when it comes to food. Claudia, is it a crazy question to ask what's in a chicken salad? Or no, it's not. There's no crazy dumb question. You need to ask because there might be things in any food that I make that you may be allergic to.
Right, and people have had other people have had tragic events because they didn't ask a question, not with you, but with somebody else. They didn't ask. Like I was at an event and we were, they had food after this particular service or whatever, and there were some cookies or something there. And I'm like, oh, these are good. I'm like, oh, they got a little pecans or some nuts or something. She said, what? There are nuts in that? Okay, yeah, you guys are serving the food, but you don't know what's in it. Because they bought the cookies and somebody had just asked, are there nuts? And she said, I am so glad that they didn't pick up those cookies. Well, I bit the cookie. I thought, okay, they're good. And they have nuts in it. But nobody took a bite to find out what was in the cookie, even if you bought it in a package. Read it or something. Anyway,
yes,
ask questions.
Advocate of reading labels. That's one thing I will say about all food out there. When you are shopping for yourself, please read the labels. If there's more than 5 ingredients in a label, that's probably something you shouldn't be putting in your belly.
Girl, please.
Now there is a tip, and more. But you know what? You have to want to do that, and you can't go for the convenience.
Right.
You can't go for convenience. If you want to go for health, you cannot go for the convenience other than calling Boxables to bring the food to you. That convenience you can do, but you need to really do what she said. So Claudia, thank you so much, and Terry and everybody over here on
Alfredo.
Yes, and this is awesome. I'm like, oh, I'm liking this. And StreamYard, for all of you who don't know, Coach Karen brought this to our attention last week, last Friday on our text store, and we decided to try it out. You can also send this straight to YouTube. So
it's clear over here on Facebook. You should see the resolution is just fantastic.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
I see you guys really clear. The only question that I asked is, does the screen freeze up from time to time? Or
that's probably no, it doesn't. That might be your internet connection, depending on your service.
Mine started suffering. Now that I'm over here again, I went out and came back in. I can see fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And let me ask, you got Wave?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your issue right there. You got Wave. I used to live in West Sac. Hated Wave. I was just like, this is not good. Huh?
Angela, how you feeling this morning? Angela Lofton is watching too.
Oh,
hey Angela.
From the Workflow Lounge. Yes.
Right.
We had a lot of good participation today. Terrell Knox came in. She's a virtual assistant. Laverne Carson. Lakeisha was on today. We just want to thank you guys for tuning in.
And everybody watching this on the replay, thank you. Enjoy it. We had some fun at the beginning, but it's all good. This looks good. And if you want to know more about StreamYard and how to use it, give us a call, send us a message or whatever. We'd be happy to show you how to do it. This is great. And Alfredo, I think this will work for you too, for what you're doing for your client, Clint. I think this would work for him because it does have where you can use OBS or different stream keys. Anyway, that's a technical thing that I'm not getting into. So we'll be back tomorrow with TJ. Terry Johnson online. She'll be talking to us all about social media and digital marketing. And be sure to check us out, and then we will talk to you then. So thank you. Have a wonderful Monday. Thank you. Smiles, everyone.
To the front of your own line. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.